Good morning, Dragons. I'm Miriam Etheridge.
And I'm Nick Ferrara. Welcome to Studio 115 and KDGN News. Here are today's announcements.
Dragon Cheer Tryouts registration ends February 20th. Please visit the website to find the electronic forms that need to be filled out in order to register.
The Emerald Bell Showcase is February 20th at 6 p.m., but the doors open at 5 p.m. in the CSHS main gym. Early bird tickets are on sale now for $10, and the tickets at the door will be $12. Scan the QR code to buy your tickets today.
Band Bistro is February 28th at 5:30 p.m. in the CSHS SAC. Come see our hardworking band students perform.
And BPA Shoe Drive ends February 28th. Please donate gently worn, used, and new shoes in the designated boxes in the lobby of CHS and CSHS. It's an easy way to help fund the Carroll Special Olympics team.
Speaking of donation, for today's show we will learn more about the ways we as Carroll students can give back to our community on a district, local, and statewide level through acts of kindness and service.
To kick things off at a campus level, let's go to Lily Horton to learn more about the Carroll organization Dragons Give Back and how some of their outrageous acts for charity help to benefit others.
You probably remember sitting in the gym as two of our dragon wrestlers battled it out in a pit full of barbecue sauce. You may also remember the QR codes floating around the crowd reading Dragons Give Back. What may be less familiar to you is this, a gymnastics studio in Keller, the place where much of the money raised by DGB is directed. This is one of the many locations of Kinetic Kids, a local philanthropy that provides children with disabilities opportunities to have fun with physical fitness. We meet up with Ria Arasani, a Dragon Gives Back member and a frequent volunteer, to hear more about the importance and impact of Kinetic Kids.
Me and my mom, freshman year, we're looking at ways that I can get involved in my community because I just genuinely like volunteering, and I'm also an athlete. I'm on the water polo team and I used to be on the swim team. So this was kind of a good mix of both, so I tried it. This was actually the first place I ever volunteered at. I taught the gymnastics class, and then it kind of grew from there, and then I did dance and swim also. I think it's just the fact that it's a community, and you get to like one-on-one work with someone else, and you get to see like the improvement from the first class to the last class of the session, and it's kind of just like a Kinetic Kids family where everyone gets to work together to reach a common goal.
Kinetic Kids has a variety of class options, including basketball, dance, music, and gymnastics, available in various locations throughout the Metroplex. Volunteers are partnered up to work one-on-one with Kinetic Kid athletes and participate side-by-side with them in their activities.
I would say it's a great place to kind of step outside your comfort zone a little bit and help someone in a way that you never really get to help people otherwise. I think like it's a great different way to get involved in your community while also doing something that you're passionate about. The first time I was here, I got to work with a kid named Daniel, and he was really special. And I remember our first whole session that we did together, and at the beginning he could barely even step on the gymnastics mat, but at the end he was doing all the little flips and somersaults and everything. So I just like getting to help him made me really want to come back and help with other programs like that.
To find a volunteering opportunity at Kinetic Kids, visit the volunteer page on kinetickidstx.org or scan the QR code on the screen. It's an incredible opportunity to get involved and make an impact.
Thanks, Lily. For more information on how you can follow or get involved with this student organization, make sure you visit @DragonsGiveBack on Instagram.
If you're not interested in wrestling in barbecue sauce or participating in a belly flop contest, there are always various ways to help out around town. The South Lake community has several different service organizations that provide students with the opportunity to serve others in the DFW Metroplex.
And many of you are looking for those opportunities to earn those service hours for graduation.
Here's Kaylin Cashin with an overview of some of the local student philanthropy organizations you can connect with outside of school and how to log your hard-earned hours on X2 Vault and work towards that shiny Success Scholar medal.
In South Lake, one of the main ways students get involved is through various service organizations working to make a difference in their community. Today, we will get to hear from some of these groups and check out the amazing things they are doing for those in need. There are two primary service organizations that are popular among CISD students. The first is National Charity League, a mother-daughter program, and the other is the Young Men's Service League, a mother-son program. Despite this distinction, the two organizations are very similar, both working to connect students to local philanthropies, such as our own Dragon Special Olympics program, and building relationships and leadership skills in the process. Both organizations have a combined membership of about 650 Carroll students. YMSL is unique for the huge variety of philanthropy events and opportunities it hosts. From assisting local families at food pantries to building playgrounds for foster children, YMSL is constantly seeking out new and unique ways to support the South Lake community.
It's been a really great experience for us. It's a way that we can get together and serve our community. There's a lot of really wonderful opportunities and just right in our backyard where we can feel like we really make a difference. And it's very fulfilling to be able to be a part of it.
NCL is distinct for its large-scale annual fundraising events. One of the biggest fundraisers held by NCL each year is the Spring Fashion Show.
The fashion show is a fun event in March with a bunch of kids, girls and guys, in Southlake that perform a fashion show, and we practice and dance, and it should be a lot of fun.
Students come together to model different fashion looks donated by local businesses. 100% of ticket sales, sponsorships, and auction proceeds are donated to 14 philanthropic beneficiaries. Last year's fashion show raised a whopping $110,000 in total. The 28th annual fashion show will be held on Sunday, March 2nd. Scan the QR code on the screen to purchase tickets. These organizations are a great way to work towards the Success Scholar Medal, a graduation award with a requirement of 100 hours of community service spanning your 4 years of high school. Let's hear from a Dragon counselor about how to submit your community service hours on X2Vol and use the school's tools to locate additional service opportunities.
So we make it easy for our students by listing the volunteer opportunities in X2Vol. Senior high website, if we go to our college and career prep tab, we open that up and there's the community service link. There are 2 links. The second link says click here for reporting community service hours in X2Vol. We see directions for reporting hours. We see a direct link and how to register in X2Vol. If students don't have an account and they need to set one up, there are instructions for how to do that. There's also support with the name of Sierra Anderton. Ms. Anderton can help if students get stuck with their account or forget login information. It takes us straight to the website. And once we're in, and from the dashboard, the second tab at the top, this is a great place to go for students to just A, what's out there, and B, I know whatever's listed on here will definitely count as service hours. I believe our volunteer efforts can help enhance the overall well-being of our residents. When we gain an understanding of societal needs and we act upon those needs, it can help create just a more vibrant and connected community.
Thanks, Kaylin. You too can participate in these organizations that work to promote humanitarianism and generosity within our community.
And when you do, make sure to log these hours of service by visiting X2Vol. You can visit with your campus counselor for more information. We're proud of our Southlake community for always looking out for ways to get involved.
Let's take a break and talk about another aspect of our school we're proud of, our sports programs. With many of the spring sports picking up, let's welcome our Dragon Sports Media team for a quick update on Dragon athletics and more.
Thanks guys, welcome back to Talking Tradition, where we catch up on Carroll sports and beyond. The Dragon and Lady Dragon soccer teams rested on Tuesday as they both finished their first round of district last Friday with wins against Keller Central. Both teams currently sit in first place and will begin the second round of district play tonight against district rival Byron Nelson. Lady Dragon softball kicked off their 2025 season this past Monday with an 11-8 win against district rival Byron Nelson. They will travel south to College Station next week for the NFCA Kickoff Classic and will resume district play on February 18th. Our swim and dive teams went all in this past weekend at the UIL Regional Championship meet. Previously, the Lady Dragons captured the District 4 6A championship with junior Olivia Colombo setting a new district record in the 100-yard breaststroke. The Lady Dragons were crowned Region 1 champions this past weekend, and both the boys and girls will travel to Austin for the 6A UIL State Swim Meet on February 21st. The Dragon basketball team finished District 4 6A play this past Tuesday against Euless Trinity, capping off a 10-win streak. Currently holding a playoff spot, they will begin preparing for the first round of the playoffs. For playoff matchup information, make sure to follow them at Carroll Dragon Basketball on Instagram. The girls basketball team took on Boswell this past Monday in the bi-district round of the UIL playoffs. Reagan Stovall has more on their season and their playoff preparations.
I'm here with head coach, Coach McCourt of Lady Dragons Basketball, and Whitney Jentz. Tonight they just had a huge dominant win over Keller Central. What are your thoughts on tonight's performance, Coach?
I thought the girls played great, lots of intensity. We were prepared. We moved the ball well. These girls, I just told them, like, they're 13-3 on district, and they just have had a great season. They just finished it the way they started it. So,
what are your thoughts, Whitney?
I loved how everyone got in the game. We slung the ball around. Everyone got to play. It was great.
Now, Whitney, you're a sophomore, correct?
Yes.
How does it feel to be the stat leader as a sophomore?
It feels amazing just from last year, how big of a change it is from this year. It feels great.
Thanks, Reagan. With a 57-26 loss to the Pioneers, the Lady Dragons finished their season with an overall record of 22-10 and as UIL by-district runners-up. In other sports news, the University of Iowa women's basketball program retired the number 22 worn by former Hawkeye and All-American Caitlin Clark this past week. Clark is the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, reaching 2 national championships, winning 3 Big Ten tournaments, and single-handedly launching the WNBA into the national spotlight in her rookie season. Josh Allen was declared 2024-25 NFL MVP, winning one of the closest races in years over two-time recipient Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year Saquon Barkley, Jared Goff, and Comeback Player of the Year Joe Burrow. And finally, last but certainly not least, the NFL crowned a new Super Bowl champion this past Sunday, bringing an end to the Kansas City Chiefs' three-peat hopes. The Philadelphia Eagles cruised to their second title in franchise history, with Jalen Hurts avenging his 2023 loss to Mahomes' Chiefs. That's all we have for you today. Back to you, Nick and Miriam.
Thanks, Ben. Make sure to follow @Dragon Sports Media on Instagram to stay up to date on upcoming games, matches, and results.
Our KIL athletes have been working hard all year to improve and succeed in their activities. Giving back to our community doesn't always require such a big commitment. There are many great ways to give back that simply require volunteering your time.
Becoming a blood donor helps to support the health needs across the entire state of Texas, and it's probably easier than you think. Let's head over to Max Pirelli on site at the local Carter Blood Care Donation Center for more insight into the blood donation process.
The Carroll Blood Drive is coming up, and many students are ready to donate, but just as many might not be too sure about signing up. To encourage them, we're here at the Keller location of Carter Blood Care to walk through the process and answer any questions they might have. And what better way to encourage them than by donating myself?
So first you'll go to a quick screening, and then you'll take a quick physical, and that process probably takes about 20 minutes. And then the blood donation itself probably takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. So you'll be in and out here in about an hour. I would say to think of your favorite teacher. And if you found out right now that your teacher needed emergency blood to save her life, and you knew you were the right type, would you donate right now knowing that you could be the one person who saves her life? I would hope kids y'all's age would say yes to that, but it's beyond your teachers. It could be your neighbors, your friends, your parents, your classmates. It's not just for emergency trauma patients. It's for premature and unborn babies and cancer patients and burn victims. And there are so many reasons why people need blood.
I'm going to get everything labeled and then I'll get you started, okay?
All right.
Teenagers and kids are often looking for causes, something to get behind, something that makes them feel good about what actions they're putting into the world. And I think this is one way that, you don't have to donate your money. You don't have to give things. All it is doing is giving something that you already have inside of you that your body will replenish naturally. And just by donating one time, you save 3 people's lives. We have 200 medical facilities and hospitals that our blood goes to. So if you donate blood here, your donation will most likely end up in Texas helping one of your neighbors. And what we need here locally is 1,500 blood donations every single day in order to fill what the hospitals need.
No heavy lifting, pulling, or pushing for the next 24 hours. And once I'm done wrapping your arm, we ask that you spend about 15 minutes with us in our canteen area. Help yourself to drinks and snacks, okay?
Okay.
Way before I worked here, years before I worked here, I had to have an emergency surgery, and I needed blood, and that saved my life. I didn't know I would be working at Carter Blood Care. It's not something, I just wanted something that did good for my community. Since I've been here, I've seen the impact. I've seen donors. I've heard them tell stories. Some of our phlebotomists their own lives have been saved by blood. And so I realize how important this is, that it really does make a difference, and it makes a difference locally.
Lightheaded or anything abnormal, let us know. You can get anyone's attention, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming in today.
No problem.
When you donate with Carter Blood Care, when your blood donation is received at a hospital by a patient and it is transfused into a patient, you'll get a text message that says what city you helped someone in. So you'll get a text that says, oh, your blood was just used for a patient in Arlington. And I think that's really special, and it kind of has that local connection.
We're good.
Thanks, Max. If you're interested in becoming a blood donor, visit the Keller location of the Carter Blood Care Center online to schedule an appointment, or stay tuned for information on the next campus drive coming soon this April.
The Dragon Tribune learned more about the process and importance of blood donation. Scan the QR code to read the article on dragonmedia.org.
That's all for our show today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Miriam Etheridge.
And I'm Nick Ferrara. Have a great day, Dragons.